extra time.
This could have been disaster. A small act, the ripple effect this could have had through the whole summer could have cost us tens of millions of pounds. So, hopefully we can look back on it and Jofra, as I said, can learn from it. And he will learn from it, I'm sure. But, the potential knock-on effect of this, I don't think he could have totally understood. I think we made it very clear of what we expected and of what the protocols mean, but maybe he didn't quite understand what the consequences could be.
How let down did you feel?
I don't know about let down. It's not the sort of call you want late the night before a test match, I guess. I think Jofra knows. I think Jofra's demonstrated how sorry he is from his statement, but it's clearly very disappointing for the whole group. But he's a young man, and young men make mistakes, and you've just got to learn from them.
Do you expect him to be missing from the next test as well?
No, look, there'll be a disciplinary process to go through, and that's ongoing. And that's really as much as I want to say on that. It's obviously an employment matter, so that I say that's ongoing, and we'll settle that in good time.
It's been suggested today that he went to see his girlfriend. If that was true, what would your reaction be?
Well, we know Jofra went home, and look, it's not great. Everyone was aware of what we were asking of them and why. In any normal circumstances, the act of going to your house, going home in between matches is absolutely normal and acceptable. But clearly there's a lot of work, a lot of money gone into setting up this biosecure environment. And there's also a lot at stake from, this match, this series, this summer, and financially things much bigger and beyond that. So, we are asking a lot of the players to stay in these environments for long periods of time, but it is for good reason. And of course, this series, with the help of the government and certainly the help of our opposition as well, in this case the West Indies, this series was set up under these circumstances, in these conditions, with these protocols, and we have to abide by them. And everyone has to abide by them. So, Jofra was fully aware of what the circumstance was.
And just finally from me, Ashley, people are asking today why the team couldn't have gone on a bus and why they were driving independently from Southampton to Manchester.
Yeah, look, I get that question, but the advice we took originally was it was probably safer to keep the players away from each other in the case, if there were an infection and you've got everyone on one bus, then you've got a real problem. Of course, originally when the players got together, they would have been in individual cars for that same reason. So they're tested on arrival, and until we know everyone's clear, then the group doesn't really come together. Beyond that, look, we trust these men, whether they're young or not, to make the right decisions. If you know, again, what the protocols say and what's expected of you, it's a simple choice, and I don't think we can cover every eventuality in or out of the bubble for people making wrong decisions. But again, show me someone who says they've never made a mistake, and I'll show you a liar. It's we've all made mistakes in our lives, and Jofra's a young man, and he will learn from it, and we will support him through it, and he'll move on.
I appreciate it's a very different circumstance, but we talked before the World Cup about a player making a loss of trust with the group, and it's obviously that's Alex Hales, and he hasn't been seen since. It's a different circumstance, but does Jofra risk losing the trust of his teammates?
I think that there are different circumstances, Roy, and I don't think trust is something that's lost or gained over one incident or one incident. So they are different in that. Jofra's been around this team almost probably as long as I have. I've been around the team slightly longer in this role, and this is the first issue I've had with this very, very good addition to our team. He's a fine young man, incredibly polite, works incredibly hard, and is a great asset to this team. On this occasion, he got it wrong. We have to support him. There has to be consequence to every action. There always is. And as I mentioned, there will be a process we'll go through. But, that balance with support is equally as important in this case.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.